This is CNN Breaking News.
All right, and the breaking news this morning. This is a live look at the airport in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. There might be some reporters and Politico types in there. They're trying to get out of Milwaukee, but right now, Milwaukee is just like almost every other airport, on Earth right now. Airports all around the world, businesses, so many different institutions being affected right now by this IT outage, this major glitch. So a short time ago, we got a sense of what is causing this. The CEO of CrowdStrike, cybersecurity firm, says that a content update to its software triggered outages within Windows. And of course, Windows is the most widely used computer operating system in the world. CrowdStrike insists this is not a security incident or a cyber attack. It's just bad. It is packing a wallop. Airports, airlines, businesses, stock exchanges, the metro in D.C. Anyone trying to get on a computer in these places overnight, they were seeing that blue screen of death on their monitors. So many are still experiencing issues.
You see those incredible pictures in the airport, people stuck, but there is a small fix that's happening. Just minutes ago, United says it is resuming some flights. American Airlines says it did safely reestablish operations as well, but that's not helping a whole lot of passengers right now. A slew of other airlines, major ones, Delta, American, still under a ground stop, according to the FAA. And flyers overseas, as you just heard John allude to, experiencing much of the same madness. Just look at the packed airports. That's Greece, that's Madrid, that's Berlin, Lisbon, travelers stuck in limbo. Take a listen to these folks stuck in Australia.
Well, we were heading home to Adelaide, and the last couple of hours just sort of hoping that, against hope, that the Jetstar gods would be kind, and yes, it turned out they are angry and they demand vengeance. So we will be staying in Sydney for a bit longer.
Being stuck at an airport's no fun, is it?
Yeah, it's no fun.
We have team coverage around the globe right now. CNN's Tom Foreman in Washington, D.C., Isabel Rosales at the world's busiest airport, Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson International, and Anna Stewart in Heathrow Airport in the U.K. Let's get to Tom Foreman first. Tom, what the heck is happening with these systems?
I was just laughing. That Australian kid is all of us at the airport when this happens. Yeah, it's no fun. That's really what's happening. There's a lot of no fun going on. In simple terms, let's talk about what happened here. CrowdStrike, which is a cybersecurity firm which works with Microsoft, sent an update out. That update went out. It did not agree somehow with the Microsoft system, and that's what made these systems all over the world give you that blue screen, and that's what shut everything down. Microsoft and CrowdStrike now are saying they've made progress. CrowdStrike says it was a single content update, not a security incident or a cyber attack. They're saying it has been identified, isolated, and a fix deployed, and Microsoft is echoing that. So they're saying the underlying problem of all of this is now basically the solution is racing around the world to fix all these systems. But boy, has it affected a lot. Grocery stores and banks and metro systems in New York, Newark, LaGuardia, Kennedy, all those airports reporting some issues related to this. Look, my clock's going off because, no, it's just an alarm because I would normally be waking up at this time. But the truth is, what's happening is so many people around the world are finding their days disrupted in this fashion. And it's not going to easily settle simply because even if this fix were everywhere right now, and they're trying to get it everywhere right now, these things have been baked into the system now. So 911 systems, hospitals, all sorts of things. If you're doing anything that might be touched by Microsoft today, you need to be checking to see if it's going to be happening the way you thought.
Look, I got a lot of questions. First among them, how is it that Tom Foreman gets to wake up at 7:05 most mornings?
Agreed.
We're going to leave that aside for a moment. That's minor compared to what the tens of thousands of people are dealing with.
I'll call you at midnight, my friend.
People are dealing with a lot at the airports right now. I want to get to Atlanta right now. Isabel Rosales is there. I think that looks ugly even by Atlanta standards behind you. What should people expect?
John, good morning to you. Listen, you expect to have busy, long lines at the world's busiest airport, but I haven't seen anything quite like this. every single carrier, JetBlue, Spirit, Delta, all of these, this is all that you see, just lines and lines, people wrapped around trying to get information, trying to check in, and hoping and praying that they're going to be able to make their flights. We've seen some of the screens displaying the information with that blue screen of death, as you guys called it, with this outage. We've seen lines of people in wheelchairs up against the wall just trying to get more information, figure out what is going on, and just these huge, huge lines. The manpower here, clearly these carriers were not expecting this to happen. We're seeing one or two people trying to manage these crowds, trying to get them moved out of here. I have a passenger right over here. Jennifer, tell me when you knew something had gone wrong.
I really wasn't getting much information. Yesterday, my flight was changed about 3 different times, and I really didn't have any answers.
Yeah, you found out by Googling that there was an outage. And we've seen people actually manually being checked in by licenses. What have you seen?
Everybody really calm here, to be very honest with you. Everybody's trying the best they can, but it's just been, I didn't get really any answers till this morning, and I've been here since 6:30 yesterday evening.
Jennifer, we're out of time here. Thank you so much. But clearly a lot of confusion, people trying to get answers, and a lot of headaches ahead. Guys.
All right, thank you, Isabel. I'm itching just watching that. It is so upsetting. Anna, you are in the UK, you're in London. That airport tends to be chaotic just in general, like the Atlanta airport. What's the situation there?
It really doesn't matter where you woke up this morning in the world. It feels like this single point of failure is going to impact so many people all across the world and in different sectors. Of course, today is one of the busiest days of travel, particularly here in the UK and in Europe, where schools are broken up. People are heading on their holidays, and there is serious disruption. At Heathrow, just select systems are currently impacted, but this airport was telling passengers, obviously, contact your airline before you start heading to the airport. Just make sure that your flight hasn't been cancelled or delayed. Bigger impacts actually at Gatwick, at Stansted, other airports just outside of London, also Edinburgh, and right across Europe, Sarah. I mean, Amsterdam Schiphol, which is one of the other world's busiest airports, is perhaps feeling the most impact today. KLM, the airline, is saying that the outages are making flight handling impossible. So just imagine for all those poor people trying to get on holiday, surely going to be huge delays trying to reroute all of those flights. And then right beyond the airlines and the travel, and I think this is where most people will feel this sort of disruption, but there are also issues for healthcare services. Here in the UK, GPs are struggling to be able to book appointments or send prescriptions. There are issues with the London Stock Exchange website. There are telecoms issues. This is going to be really broad disruption through the day.
CNN's transportation analyst, Mary Schiavo, joins me live now. She is the former Inspector General of the U.S. Department of Transportation as well, and can help us understand the impacts here. Mary, this seems like a very remarkable event. How often does something like this happen? And what can people expect in terms of trying to get back, when things are going to get back up and running in a normal way?
Well, in terms of how often this happens, unfortunately, the answer is rather vague, but important more. We have seen various outages with different systems. If you recall, last year we had a number of outages concerning air traffic control and the ability literally to control and separate the aircraft. This is different, that it includes data and transmissions, on the cloud and cloud storage systems and connectivity and communications. So that affects all the scheduling, the timing, the crew scheduling, getting the planes up and out. So it's a little different than what we've seen sometimes in the past, but this is a massive outage, and obviously it's software that affects other companies. Getting back to normal, well, for aviation, if you have a hiccup in the morning, by the afternoon, you're in total meltdown. So it won't be back to normal today, but the good news is the company has said, the software company says they have rolled out a fix. So, by tomorrow, things should be normal.
So, Mary, I'm gonna ask you a selfish question, but I guess it's on behalf of the thousands of other people that are starting to wake up in their hotel rooms here in Milwaukee, trying to get out of the Republican National Convention. If you had a flight booked this morning on one of these airlines between, now and noon, what would you do?
Well, I'd be on the computer trying to find if it's really going to go. I'd be looking up a backup solution. I'd be booking something else as a backup. And of course now, a lot of airlines now, especially newer airlines, allow cancellations even up to the last minute. So people can find a backup. But it looks like for several airlines in the U.S. and elsewhere, other places in the world, operations won't be back to normal until they apply this computer fix that they know what they have to do, but it hasn't been applied at all the airlines yet.
All right, Mary Schiavo, thanks for scrambling to get on with us this morning as we cover this briefing news. I really appreciate it.